Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and there is some big news on the PTR that was posted yesterday that by the time I was going to make the video is going to be too late. So I'm deciding for today's video we're going to be looking at all the hero changes and what that means for the current meta, because there is one in particular change that could possibly make tanks not obsolete but not as powerful as they once were and make DPS heroes get welcomed back into the meta, more specifically with Reaper especially. So with this PTR update there are 4 total changes, 3 of them being actual specific hero changes. And unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever side of the rework Mercy side that you're on, one of them is not Mercy, but I'm sure something might be coming up in the near future. But let's just talk about the 3 specific hero changes, because one of them is to Brigitte, and it is an actual nerf, so I know a lot of people are going to be very ecstatic about that. So Brigitte's nerf is going to be very simple. It's to her rally ultimate ability, and now you can only have a duration up to 30 seconds. So what that means is that you're going to pop your rally ultimate ability, and yourself, including everyone around you that is near rally, can only have the armor obtained from the rally ultimate for upwards of 30 seconds. Because what you would do previously is that you would gather your whole entire team before you enter the fight and then pop rally. That would mean everyone would get armor. That would mean everyone would pretty much live longer than the enemy team because they don't have armor. You guys have reduced damage and they don't, and you would probably win the fight and then build your armor or your rally ultimate ability again, all because you popped it early and you just went into a fight and built it up right away again. Now you still can do that, but you have a duration of 30 seconds before everyone loses it pretty much. So you're going to pretty much want to do it during the fight rather than before the fight. Now that's going to be very important to remember, especially when we talk about the last general change to all the heroes with armor. But the next hero we want to talk about is going to be D.va, and she received a nerf. It's been a long time since she received some changes, but this is somewhat of a big one. Her defense matrix now has a cooldown that increased from 1 second to 2 seconds. Beforehand, you can pretty much just spam defense matrix and eat up everything. Well, now you have that extra second, and you might not think an extra second is too different, but when you're in game in such a fast-paced game like Overwatch, an extra second is 60 milliseconds, or is it semi-seconds? Semi-seconds is the thing. Oh my god. It's extremely long, okay? 1 second. Oh, if I can't last a second in bed, what do you think the cooldown is going to be like? Anyway, so that is the change with D.va. Now people can kind of play around the defense matrix, especially Zarya, especially Tracer players. You don't have to worry about D.va eating your ultimate, all because you can just time it out. If you see defense matrix go away, pop that. And the last and final specific hero change is going to be to Reaper, and this is a buff, and this is a pretty big buff, especially with what's meta right now. So what Reaper received a buff is going to be towards his passive ability, the Reapening, and now his lifesteal increased from 30% to 50% per damage dealt. And that's really big once you actually start to calculate some numbers. So let me just kind of paint you a picture. Let's say a Roadhog and a Reaper are facing 1v1, and you as Reaper fired 100 damage with just one single shot into the Roadhog, and you are down to 100 health. Well, now you're going to be able to increase your health to 150 health, all because of the damage that you dealt. And you fire a lot of bullets into tanks pretty quickly. So that means if you're just constantly laying into a Roadhog, a Reinhardt, into an Orisa, or whoever, you're gonna be gaining a lot of health, meaning you're probably not going to die as long as you're focusing those big beefy tanks. And that's especially gonna be game changing towards tanks with armor, because the general change, the last and final change, is gonna be towards armor. And now the damage reduction for armor reduced from -5 to -3. That might not seem a lot, and I don't know the exact numbers behind it, but it's just the fact that bullets coming to you now only do -3 damage than what they would have done beforehand. So if you have a shotgun hero like Reaper that is not doing extra damage, but is not dying all due to the fact that he's laying all his bullets into your armor, well, now your armor is going to be shredded way faster, and Reaper is not going to die, all because you're giving him more health due to his buff and due to your nerf towards your armor. So what does that mean for goats? I'm gonna say right here, I think it's dissolved. I think it's done, because beforehand, to counter goats, Reaper was a decent counter, but now he's even a better counter, and now just generally a better hero. When you look at Brigitte's nerf, that's also taken in consideration, because armor packs are considered under that general change with armor. Now armor packs on squishies, well, Reaper just shred right through them. Soldier, Tracer, a lot of other DPS other than Reaper are going to also benefit from that general change because now they're all doing a whole lot more damage even though they didn't get a damage buff. And also considering D.Va, now D.Va can't just spam defense matrix, so if a Reaper's coming up behind you, yeah, you can burn your defense matrix on the Reaper to protect yourself and maybe your team can focus that Reaper, but if they're not able to focus the Reaper, you're this big giant pink ball that is just there to help feed the Reaper more health and also feed his ultimate ability. I didn't even talk about Reaper's ultimate because if you use that in the middle of a bunch of these tanks, oh my god, are you just gonna instantly gain health real quick. Reaper, if you're playing him smart, if you're focusing the tanks, he will not die. Other heroes like Tracer and Soldier and even Genji, you know, those heroes will benefit from it too, but Reaper's main job is supposed to shred through tanks, and oftentimes than not, tanks have a lot of armor that can now whittle away quicker as long as you're focusing them. Now again, these changes aren't permanent, it's on the PTR, but 9 times out of 10, if it's on the PTR, it usually goes live, but even then, I might be getting ahead of myself. So just let me know what you think about these Reaper changes. Let me know what you think about all these changes. Are you happy that Brigitte is now a whole lot less OP, D.Va's a little less OP, and Reaper's a whole lot more OP? Or do you think other heroes need to be changed? Just let me know. So anyway guys, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.